Hey, Jordan here. Today I'm going to show you how to install Comfy Image Workshop. The text instructions are available on my GitHub page, and the links are in the description below. Before we get started, we want to make sure that we satisfy the requirements for ComfyUI. I'll be doing the install using the NVIDIA option. If you've got an NVIDIA card with at least 4 gigs of VRAM, you're good to go. Okay, let's get started. Here in my Comfy Image Workshop GitHub directory, we will follow the instructions step by step. First thing we're going to do is install the portable version of ComfyUI. All right, now that it's done downloading, in step 2, we will extract it to our user directory and rename the directory to ComfyUI Windows Portable CIW. The CIW stands for Comfy Image Workshop. We'll go into our zip file here and open it, and we will click and drag this into our user directory. Now I'm putting this into my YAI directory in my user directory, but I'm just doing this to keep it tidy for you guys to be able to easily see what's happening. Great, it's done extracting. We will rename this to ComfyUI Windows Portable CIW. We'll close our zip file here. All right, on to step 3. If you already have Git installed, then right-click and save this link. Save link as. We'll save it into our downloads directory, and now we'll move this into our root directory of ComfyUI Portable. And then step 4 is to double-click this bat file, and it will install the ComfyUI Manager. Great. Now we can move on to the Comfy Image Workshop installation. Now that we have ComfyUI installed, we'll go back to our root directory here, and we'll scroll down. Step 1, install this repo in your root user directory. So let's right-click into our root directory here and open in Terminal. I'll make it larger here so that you'll be able to see it easily. All right, let's start. So we'll do the Git clone. We'll copy this, paste it into our PowerShell. Perfect. Now that we've cloned it, step 2, change directory to Comfy Image Workshop. So we'll do change directory, and I'm pressing tab, and we'll change directory into our Comfy Image Workshop. Now we'll move on to step 3 and create the virtual environment. So we'll copy this code here. Now we're creating the virtual environment because we don't want to install all of these dependencies into our root computer, because if we do that, it might mess up on some other projects that we're working on, and that's why we create this virtual environment, to install all of these requirements within a closed virtual space. Now we'll activate the virtual environment, and now we'll install all of the dependencies. And by the way, I am right-clicking in PowerShell here. We'll paste the whatever you have on your clipboard into here. All right, now in step 5, we're going to install the packages. Copy this. Since we ran into an issue, we'll run npm audit fix. Now we will change to the app directory, and then we will initialize the database using these 3 commands. Great. It has been initialized. Now we'll change directory back to the root directory. And now we want to create the tailwind output.css file. We'll copy this. Perfect. Now you can run python run.py if you want to test out the web app to make sure that it's working properly, but I'm going to skip ahead. I designed Comfy Image Workshop so that your friends and family would be able to use Comfy Image Workshop and generate certain workflows that you design easily. So I made it compatible with phones as well, and to be able to enable that, you need to do step 12 here. So what we'll do is we will just minimize our PowerShell here, and we will go to our ComfyUI Windows Portable, and we'll go into the run NVIDIA GPU.bat. We will right-click this, edit with Notepad++. Or you can open it with Notepad. I recommend getting Notepad++. It's a great tool if you don't have it, but Notepad will work as well. And what we'll do is we'll just copy and replace everything in here. Really what we're adding in here is we're just adding the listen component here, and then we'll save this. Perfect. We'll just close this. Great. Step 12 is done. And then 13. This is optional. If you're just planning to download all the models and you haven't used ComfyUI before and you haven't downloaded anything, then you don't need to do this step. But if you're coming into Comfy Image Workshop and you already have a bunch of models and you don't want to have to download all of them again, what you can do is you can copy this and paste it into your extra model paths YAML file within your Comfy Windows Portable and ComfyUI directory. So we'll right-click this, edit with Notepad++ again, and as you can see here, here are the configs for ComfyUI. So I'll be pasting in what I had copied there, and where all my models are installed are in Windows Portable 2. Now I'll save this, and when you're saving this, make sure that you remove the example, and we'll change this to all types, and now save. Perfect. Now let's try one of the workflows. Oops. Uh-oh. Why aren't the generations working? Well, you need to meet the requirements for each workflow. Next step is to go to the help page here and take a look at the requirements for each of these 3 separate workflows. I highly recommend doing this before heading into creating your own custom workflow, because a lot of these will be building blocks that will help you create new workflows in the future anyway. So you'll probably need to install at least a couple of these separate components. Anyway, you can take a look at this playlist here, which covers installing the requirements for these workflows, and also take a look at how to prepare your own custom workflow in Comfy Image Workshop.